Hello everyone. In today's class, we are going to learn about beats. In this class, we will see what are the beats, what is a beat frequency, then what is the time period, and what are the uses of this beat. Let's start. First, let me tell you about what is mean by beats. Okay, what is mean by beats? So first, what is beats? Yes, see, we can say that it is a phenomena. It is phenomena. It is a phenomena of periodic change in phenomena of periodic change in intensity of sound when when two waves of slightly different frequencies when two waves of slightly different frequencies frequencies traveling in the same direction superpose with each other. Okay, what is the definition of this? It is phenomena of periodic change in intensity of sound. Periodic change in intensity of sound means at particular interval of time intensity of sound is varying. Understand? Periodic change in intensity of sound means intensity of sound is changing in equal intervals of time. When it is happening, when two waves are traveling in same direction. Okay, two waves are traveling in same direction, but that two waves are having little different frequencies. Okay, then this phenomena is called beats. So how it is, let us see by the help of or with the help of diagram. Okay, so see here I'm trying to draw one diagram. I'm taking on this suppose time t and this is what displacement along y. So if this first wave I'm taking like this is the first wave which is traveling like this. This is the first wave. Okay, and it is having certain frequency. Next one. Now we are having another wave which is traveling in the same direction with a little bit different frequency. It is having little bit different frequency. So if suppose I am taking another wave which is having little different frequency, yes, like this. So you can see here, if you will carefully observe, you see at this point its crest and trough are getting matched with the first one. Here it is not getting matched. Again here also it is getting matched. Again here it is not matching. Again here it is getting matched, right? So here you see where I am showing arrows this side as well as here also. These three positions, can I say that there is constructive interference? What is that? Constructive interference. Okay, here also what? Constructive interference. Here also constructive interference. Constructive. What is mean by constructive interference? Constructive interference means what? Crest overlaps with crest. And what happens in constructive interference? Crest overlaps with crest and trough overlaps with trough. I am writing short form. Trough, crest, crest. You can see here this is crest and this is trough. But here it is not the case. Here again it is the case. Here again it is the case. So this region, this one, you can see in the diagram. Which one? This region, which is in between these two. This is nothing but destructive interference. Destructive interference. What is mean by destructive interference? When one crest is getting overlapped with one trough, another wave trough. That is what destructive interference. This is what here it is constructive, here it is destructive interference. So if I will draw the diagram below of this another one which represents the resultant amplitude, this is nothing but y1 plus y2, because both waves we have combined, and therefore according to the superposition principle resultant displacement is what? Y1 plus y2. We know this. So here you see constructive interference is forming, destructive interference, then constructive interference, again destructive, again constructive. So what happens here? There will be the difference in intensity of sound waves. So how it is? Let's see. So where there is constructive interference forming, if I will draw the diagram, another one, you can see if I will draw like this diagram which represents the change in amplitude, or we can say change in intensity, so you will get like this somehow. If this is y, then first you will get maximum amplitude, then minimum, yes, then like this, and again you will get maximum amplitude. So if suppose I am drawing like this, you will get displacement of particles somehow like this. Okay, somewhat like this. This is what the intensity or resultant displacement we can say due to this constructive and destructive interference. Due to this constructive and destructive interference. Now here you see this one, whatever is nothing but, can I write it as a variation in amplitude? What is this? Variation in amplitude. Why variation in amplitude is coming? Because due to constructive and destructive interference, resultant amplitude will change like this. Yes, this is what the graph represents, the variation in amplitude. So if I want beat period, I can take from two consecutive antinodes, we can say. This is what your beat period. What is this? Beat period from this diagram. Okay. So what you understood from these two diagrams, due to constructive interference, intensity of sound is maximum, or that point where the intensity of sound is maximum, that points are forming. Next, waning, or you can say destructive interference, means what? Where the intensity of sound is minimum. So I'm writing here one point, that is waxing and waning. Or let me write clearly so that you will understand properly. So can I write like this? Here, constructive interference. Here you see constructive interference. Constructive interference means what? Crest of one wave overlaps with crest of another wave. Constructive interference means that is what? Maximum intensity. What is that? Maximum intensity. And that is called waxing. What is that? Waxing. Next one, destructive interference. If destructive interference is getting formed, there is destructive interference, then there will be what? Minimum intensity. Minimum intensity. And that is called waning. What is that? Waning. So waxing you understood, waning you understood. Waxing means constructive interference, maximum intensity points. Waning means destructive interference where there is forming and there will be the minimum intensity. Okay, understood this? Clear? So note down this all, draw the diagrams. Okay. Next, now see, if we will see mathematically or analytical treatment considering the two wave equations or equations of two waves, then how it will be. So here I am writing like this: analytical treatment, analytical treatment of beats, analytical treatment of beats. How to do this? As we know, there are two waves. Yes, there are two sound waves which are having two different frequencies. So definitely then what I am doing, I am considering the first wave equation as A sine omega 1 t. What I am considering, A sine omega 1 t. And another wave equation I am considering as A sine omega 2 t. A sine omega 2 t. And assuming that omega 1 is greater than omega 2, you know this, omega is equal to 2 pi n. Omega is angular frequency. If suppose it is omega 1, then it is 2 pi n1. Yes, similarly for omega 2, it is 2 pi n2. Okay, this is what angular frequency. And here I am considering that omega 1 is greater than omega 2. Okay, so now according to the superposition principle, we know y is equal to y1 plus y2. Okay, resultant displacement is what? Y1 plus y2. So y is equal to a sine omega 1 t plus a sine omega 2 t. Now take common a. What is left inside bracket? Sine omega 1 t plus sine omega 2 t. Use the mathematical formula sine a plus sine b. Yes, then what you are getting? 2 cos a minus b by 2 into sine a plus b by 2. So if I will use that direct formula, then y is equal to a into bracket 2 cos omega 1 minus omega 2 by 2 into t into sine omega 1 plus omega 2 by 2 into t. Yes, this is what we are getting after using the formula. Now rearranging this, can I write like this? Y is equal to 2a sine omega 1 plus omega 2 by 2 into t into cos omega 1 minus omega 2 by 2 into t. This is what resultant expression we got. If I am assuming that y is equal to this part which I am rounding here, this part as a resultant amplitude. What is this? Resultant amplitude. Then y is equal to, I am getting a into cos omega 1 minus omega 2 by 2 into t. This is what resultant amplitude. So this is what resultant equation also. The resultant wave equation we can say for this. And here a is equal to 2a sine omega 1 plus omega 2 by 2 into t. Yes, This is what the amplitude is. If I want frequency of resultant amplitude or frequency of resultant wave, we can say frequency of resultant wave, what you will get? You can see here omega 1 plus omega 2 by 2 is there, right? So here frequency of this resultant wave is what you are getting, n1 plus n2 by 2, where n1 is the frequency of first wave, n2 is the frequency of second wave. Just take average of that, you will get frequency of resultant wave. Now what is mean by 1 beat? What is mean by 1 bit? First of all, note down this all. Note down this. Yes, finished. Now next, what is mean by 1 beat? One beat. So can I write like this? Variation in the intensity of sound. Variation in the intensity of sound between successive maxima, between successive maxima or minima is called 1 beat. Is called 1 beat. And beat frequency. What is beat frequency? What is meant by beat frequency? Number of beats per second. Number of beats per second is called beat frequency. Suppose, or you can say example also. If n1 and n2 are the frequencies of two sound waves, then beat frequency is nothing but just the difference between these two. And you have to assume that here also n1 is greater than n2. If n2 is greater than n1, just take the difference, right? Next. Now, as we got beat frequency, what is the beat period? Beat period. Beat period, already we know time period formula. You know this time period or frequency relation, f is equal to 1 by t. Here also same, beat period is equal to what? 1 by beat frequency. Yes. So here you are getting beat period like this. Beat period is equal to 1 by n1 minus n2. If any one is greater, you just take difference. Already I told also. If n2 is greater than n1, then n2 minus n1. Just difference you have to take and take reciprocal of that. You will get beat period. Next one. Yes, note down this. So one more note point. If you want, or if they are asking like this, beat period between, or you can write like this also, that time interval. What is the time interval between one maxima and another minima? Time interval between, or time interval between maxima and immediate minima. What you will get? Half of this beat period, half into beat period. So what you will get? 1 by 2 into n1 minus n2. Why you will get half of this? You can see here, I am drawing here. Assume that you are getting like this, maxima and minima, something like this. Okay. So here you are having maxima, and here it is minima. This is maxi, and this point is minima. So from this between this is what? Half of the time, yes or not? Maxima to minima, whatever it is, immediate, not the beat period. This complete is beat period from here to here. This is what? Half of that. That's why you are getting half of this beat period, the time interval between maxima and immediate minima, and therefore you are getting 1 by 2 into bracket n1 minus n2, or direct 1 by 2 into beat period. If they have given beat period, just substitute here. If they have given frequencies, just 1 by 2 into n1 minus n2. This is what you are getting, the time period between maxima and immediate minima, or minima and immediate maxima, or maxima in between minima, whatever it is. So this is what the things are. Note down. Okay, let's move ahead. So how many beats we can hear, that is most important thing. So see here, persistence of human ear. Persistence of human ear is about 0.1 second. Means what? Once we have heard the sound, it will be there for zero point 0.1 second. Yes. So this is what the persistence of human ear is, 0.1 second. So beats will be detected, therefore beats will be detected by human ear, will be detected if beat period is, if beat period is less than or equal to 0.1 second. You have to keep it in mind. So how much should be beat frequency? So beat frequency should be 1 by 0.1, which is equal to how much you are getting? 10 hertz. Yes or not? So this is how much? Wait here. So direct I am writing time period should be greater than or equal to 0.1 second to detect beat period, and beat frequency is reciprocal of this. So it should be how much? This one. Yes, less than or equal to 10 hertz. Beat frequency, that is delta n, less than or equal to 10 hertz. Then only we can able to hear the beats. So this is per second. Yaad rakho. So therefore, maximum number of beats that can be heard by human will be how much then? 10 per second. Maximum number of beats, maximum number of beats can be heard is 10 per second. Yes, and let's see what are its uses now. Beat uses. So as already we know, intensity dial proportional to amplitude square. So already I told this formula also to you. How is the relation between I max and I minimum? Yes, as intensity dial proportional to amplitude square. So I max by I minimum is A1 plus A2 by A1 minus A2 whole square. This already we have learned in interference. Yes, no need, but if you want you can write down here. So what are the uses of these beats? Uses, first number use, to determine unknown frequency of tuning fork. Second use, to tune the stressed string of musical instruments, or you can write in musical instruments, or tuning of musical instrument. You write it like this, write like this. Tuning of musical instrument. Yes, third one, to detect dangerous gases in mines. Now, how? These are the uses. To determine unknown frequency of tuning fork. How you will determine? If you don't know the frequency of tuning fork and you just keep it on vibrating, then whatever the number of beats you have heard, from that you can calculate the unknown frequency. This tuning of musical instruments, in that particular you will get one frequency already. Suppose the reference frequency is there, if you will take that difference, you will get the what is the, or up to what you have to stretch that string of that particular instrument to get that particular frequency. In that also you can use this beat phenomena. Next, to detect dangerous gases in mines, if any gas is coming in the contact, then definitely there is a slight change in frequency and therefore beats can be heard, and like that we can use these beats in detecting dangerous gases in mines. Okay, so read one more time this part. On these problems are there, so these problems we will solve in the next class. First, clear your concepts, try to understand properly. If you have doubt, direct call me. Okay, and read one more time, pause the video, again and again you watch if you want any step which you are not understanding. Okay, write down notes, and still you got doubt, you can call me direct. Okay, so have a good day, and let's stop here. Bye.